next part of the tour is about these steps, and I'm going to tell you, and I have to declare I have a personal interest. I have grandchildren, and my grandchildren want to do something that is forbidden. Just come here. There's a plaque up there, and it says, playing the rolling game on these steps is no longer permitted. The fine is 300 euros. But as tourists don't understand the Catalan, I can tell you what the game is. And you can come along here and you can play it. Because my grandchildren are dying to play, because I played it. My children played it, but now it's not permitted.
What is the game?
I'll explain what the game is. They're just dying to do it, right? And if they see tourists coming, I will bring him, and I will bring him a bag full of tourist clothes, and I will dress him up like a tourist. Right? Okay? Because then if a policeman comes, they're tourists, and get away with it. But if they're local people, 300 euros fine, okay? Okay? You have to beware. I have a lot of imagination.
But this is public land. Public.
It was. Tourist, this is EasyJet's property.
Who?
EasyJet. Okay, let me explain the game. Okay, it was just a simple competition. Teams would line up, maybe 5 teams maximum capacity, one behind the other. The typical traditional game of a race. And the first ones to complete win. What was the race? Was this. Just each one of you go ahead of a group, okay? Somebody here, one there, and another one down there. Or here, doesn't matter. The race was this. There's a line of people, and when somebody dropped something, the traditional thing here was to drop a handkerchief or whatever. The first person in front had to run up as fast as possible, and then at the top they had to lie down horizontal, roll all the way down.
And roll?
Yes, it's the rolling game, and roll all the way down. When they got here, the next person went. Then this person picked themselves up all full of aches and pains, and a bit dirty, and if it's been raining, a bit wet. But you have to understand, in medieval times, that was the reality of ordinary people, 24 hours of every day. So for them, that for them was like us climbing Mount Everest. Okay? Fun, all right? And they just did it for fun, okay? All right? There was no, it was competitive, but you know, that wasn't the whole point. What is it about? No, it's not, because if they came here, then the tourists would be able to sit down here and drink their beer and eat their sandwich and throw their litter around.
Can't you challenge that in the court because it's public land?
I said I have a lot of imagination. Okay, but I'm trying to communicate something through my imagination. Do you see local people playing here? Where are all the local children, teenagers?
They're on the skateboard.
Exactly. Why? Because they can't go anywhere else. Okay? So that's the rolling game, right? One. Okay? Now then, your tour guides will give you a lot of useless information and lies. These are not historical bars. These have been put there to stop the tourists from escaping. Once you're in a tourist trap, you will remain in the tourist trap until you've got no spending money left. Then you will be released. Okay? Yeah. This way. One moment, please. Now then. Now we are going to go, while staying in Barcelona, we are going to go to Rome. Okay? We have been roaming for the past hour. Okay? Alright. More. Okay? Be prepared for another attack of deja vu. Okay, now then, so now we are going to go to ancient Rome, but without paying for the ticket, okay? I'm going to come back here, but first we're going to go there, but be careful because we have to pass behind the backside of the cathedral. And if you look, this backside has got 2 holes. So I suggest you duck as you go by. Okay? Okay, so here we are in Rome, in the past, and later in the actual present, okay? We're not going to go up there, because that is also Paradise Street, the other end, and as I said before, it is paved with the piss of tourists, because it's paradise, okay? Now then, in the corner, there's a sign there, and you can visit some ancient Roman ruins. But there is no point in visiting, because I'm sorry to say, if you went to school, you are very ignorant, because Rome was not an ancient civilization. Without their soldiers and without their generals, without their conquests and occupations, they would have not been nothing. They were not a civilized civilization. They were a militarization. In other words, organized criminals against humanity, or in other words, the most organized barbarians of their time. Okay? But of course, we've been to school, and in the school, we've been in Western Europe. We are creme de la creme, we are superior people, and if we are French, or British, or Spanish, or whatever, well, we have lived in an old empire. So, for us to not realize that empires are not good, when we are little kids, we are taught about the Roman Empire, about the Greeks, about Alexander the Great, so that we become stupid and we think that empires are all very good, especially if you're born in one. If you're occupied by an imperial force, then it's not bloody good, okay? Alright, so we don't need to go there, because it's just another load of crap, okay? And the Romans were every horrible people. They were so civilized that if you were a Christian, well, you got fed to the lions. And for sport and entertainment, for the civilized, educated people of Rome, well, it just made people kill each other in public, okay? So we don't really want to waste time about the horrors of Rome. We want to look at the modern horrors of Rome today, which are back here. Be careful of tourists on bicycles. They do knock people over. Okay? Remember, we are going past the backside of the cathedral. Okay. Now then. Just look at the contrast. The cathedral, very spiritual place, supposed, and here we have images of violence. Through the ages, etc. Okay, anyway, I want you to come over here and look at this threat for humanity. This entire building is a threat to the existence of humanity on the planet. Because here there's going to be a local branch of the global Italian chain of pizzas, pastas and ice cream called Mona Lisa. Have you heard about this global chain? They are everywhere. The whole of this building will be one place. One floor for pizza, one for pasta, one for ice cream, etc. Okay? And it's called Mona Lisa because the most famous, cultivated, civilized of all Italians well, I don't think Italy existed at that time, was Leonardo da Vinci. And when you go inside here, everything that you consume will have the name of a creation of Leonardo da Vinci. The names which are most interesting are, but you won't understand them because they're all in Italian. Okay? And who knows Italian? Okay? The most interesting names for the products that we sold in Mona Lisa are the inventions of mass destruction of Leonardo da Vinci. I'm sorry to say that if Leonardo da Vinci lived today, he would be in jail for 3,000 years for being a criminal against humanity. He studied the human body, we know the images, we've seen them, so that he could look for the weak points in the body so as to kill them. And he made his inventions including the helicopter, cluster bombs, okay, a machine gun, which he sold for whatever money he could get to the Renaissance princes of the Italian city-states so they could kill each other because they were civilized, enlightened,